O-Level Chemistry, Paper Code 5070, Paper 1 Variant 1, May June 15. Today we will solve question 21 to question number 30. Question number 21. The contact process, the Haber process, and the hydrogenation of fats all involve the use of a catalyst. Which row correctly describe whether the catalyst used in each process is an element or a compound? In contact process, we use as a catalyst vanadium pentaoxide. Vanadium pentaoxide is a compound. Now compound is given in option A and B, so possible options are A and B. In Haber process, in manufacture of ammonia, we use iron as a catalyst, and iron is a element. Element is given in option B, so correct option will be option B. Also for hydrogenation of fats, we use nickel as a catalyst, and nickel is an element. Element is given in option B, so here our correct option is option B. In contact process, we have to use vanadium pentaoxide, that is a compound. In Haber process, we have to use iron, that is an element. In hydrogenation of fats, we use nickel, and nickel is also an element. So correct option, option B. Question number 22. Which element is sodium? Here in the first column, melting point, in the second column, electrical conduction, and in the third column, density is given. Sodium is a metal, and metal is good conductor of electricity. So here the possible options will be A, B and D. Because in A, B and D it is given electrical conduction is good, whereas in C it is given poor. So C is not the possible option. Possible options are A, B and D. Now we check the density. Density of sodium is very less. Sodium floats on water, so density will be less. Now if we compare the density that is given in option A, B and D, in A and in B, the density given is high as compared to density in option D. So A and B are not the possible option. The correct option, option D. Melting point of sodium is very less, that is 98 degrees centigrade. It is good conductor of electricity, and its density is 0.97 gram per centimeter cube. So correct option will be option D. Question number 23. A non-metal element form oxides of the type XO2 and XO3. What is X? Option A, aluminum. Here it is given a non-metal. Aluminum is a metal, so option A is not possible. Option B, carbon. Oxides of carbon are carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Now in carbon monoxide, this carbon and oxygen are in ratio of 1:1, and in CO2 it is 1:2. And here the ratio should be 1:2 and 1:3. So this option B is also incorrect. In C it is given hydrogen. Hydrogen form two oxide, that is H2O and H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide. So C is also incorrect. Correct option is option D. It is sulfur. Sulfur forms SO2 and SO3, that is in the same ratio as XO2 and XO3. So the element is sulfur, and correct option is option D. Question number 24. Aluminum reacts with chromium oxide as shown. Aluminum plus chromium oxide, we get chromium and aluminum oxide. Which statements are correct? Number 1. Aluminum is more reactive than chromium. Yes, it is correct. Aluminum is more reactive than chromium. That's why aluminum replaces chromium and it will form aluminum oxide. So number 1 is correct. Number 2. A similar reaction would take place between aluminum and iron oxide. Yes, this statement is also correct. If we check the reactivity series, aluminum is more reactive than iron. So aluminum can replace iron from iron oxide and it will form aluminum oxide. So number 2 is also correct. Number 3, iron oxide is reduced by another metal in blast furnace. In blast furnace, iron oxide is reduced to iron when it is reacted with carbon monoxide. It is not reacted by another metal, it is reacted with carbon monoxide. So this point is incorrect, this statement is incorrect. The correct statement is 1 and 2. 1 and 2 only is given in option B. So here correct option B. Question number 25. Using the periodic table for the relative atomic masses, which has the least mass? To find out mass, we will use the formula number of moles is equal to mass over molecular mass. So mass will be equal to number of moles into molecular mass. Option A, zero point 0.1 moles of silicon dioxide. Mass of 0.1 mole of silicon dioxide will be equal to 0.1 multiplied by molecular mass of silicon dioxide, that is 60. Atomic mass of silicon is 28. For 1 oxygen it is 16. 16 multiplied by 2, 32. 32 plus 28, it will be 60. So molecular mass of silicon dioxide is 60. It is multiplied by 0.1, that is number of moles. We get 6 gram. Now mass of 0.5 moles of oxygen will be equal to 0.5 multiplied by molecular mass of oxygen, that is 32, and we will get 16. 0.5 moles of lithium, atomic mass of lithium is 7, so 7 will be multiplied by 0.5, we will get 3.5 gram. And in option D we have 1 mole of ammonia. Molecular mass of ammonia is 17. When 17 will be multiplied by 1, we will get 17 gram. So least mass we got in 0.5 moles of lithium, that is 3.5 gram. That is given in option C. So correct option C. Question number 26. The diagram shows how an underwater iron pipe can be protected from using metal Z. Can be number 1, here we have a gap. This gap we have to fill because it is, again we have a gap, reactive than iron. If we have to protect iron pipe, we have to use a metal that is more reactive than iron. If we keep a metal here that is more reactive than iron, so this metal will react with oxygen and it will be oxidized, it will be rusted, and it will save our iron pipe. So here the metal Z should be more reactive than iron. Now we check the options. Here we have two columns. In the first column it is given 1, this 1. For option A and B it is given copper. For C and D it is given magnesium. Copper is less reactive than iron, whereas magnesium is more reactive than iron. So here we have to use magnesium as a sacrificial element, that is given in option C and D. So possible options are C and D. And what is the reason? Reason is magnesium is more reactive than iron. Now more is given in option D. So our correct option will be option D. We have to use magnesium as a sacrificial element. And what is the reason? Reason is magnesium is more reactive than iron. So this magnesium will react with oxygen and it will be oxidized and it will save the iron pipe. So correct option D. Question number 27. Brass is an alloy. Which statement about brass is correct? Alloy means it is mixture of two or more than two metals. So whatever be the property of a metal, the same property will be the property of an alloy. So property of brass will be same as the property of a metal because brass is mixture of two metals that are copper and zinc. Now we check the options. Option A, it contains a sea of electrons. Yes, this option may be correct because in metals we have sea of electrons and brass is an alloy. So the property of brass will be same as property of a metal. So this option may be correct, that is given in option A, that it contains a sea of electrons. Okay, we check the other options also. In option B, it is given it contains positive and negative ions. In a metal, we have positive ions, but we don't have negative ions, we have sea of electrons. So this option is incorrect because it is given here it has negative ions. Option C, it is a compound of a metal and a non-metal. Option D, it is a compound of two or more metals. Alloy is a mixture, it is not a compound. So options C and D are also not the possible options. The only possible option is option A, where it is given it contains a sea of electrons. So correct option, option A. Question number 28. Which item is made from mild steel? Option A, a car body. Option B, a container to store gas in a chemical plant. Option C, a scalpel for use in an operating theatre. Option D, a set of cutlery. Here correct option is option A, a car body. We use mild steel for making car body. We cannot use mild steel to store gas in a chemical plant because mild steel is not resistant to corrosion, and in a chemical plant we should use a container that is made from a metal or from a substance that is resistant to corrosion. So we cannot use mild steel in a chemical plant. For making scalpel and for cutlery, normally we use stainless steel. So correct option, option A, we use mild steel for making car. Question number 29. The table shows the composition of exhaust gases from an internal combustion engine. Here we have some gases and here the percentage of the gases are given. Here for the gas Y, the percentage is given 71. Name of this Y is not given. For the other gases, the name of the gases are given. What is gas Y? In exhaust gases, the main constituent is nitrogen. So here the main gas will be nitrogen. So this gas Y should be nitrogen, that is given here 71%. Now nitrogen is given here in option D. So correct option, option D. Question number 30. Which two gases do not damage limestone building? Limestone means calcium carbonate, and calcium carbonate react with an acid. So here we have to find out the gases that are not acidic in nature. Now we check the options. Option A, nitrogen and carbon monoxide. Yes, this option may be correct because nitrogen and carbon monoxide both are non-acidic gases, so these gases will not react with limestone. Okay, we check other options. Option B, nitrogen dioxide and carbon monoxide. Nitrogen dioxide is acidic in nature that will react with limestone, so B is incorrect. C, nitrogen dioxide and carbon dioxide. Both nitrogen dioxide and carbon dioxide are acidic in nature that will react with limestone, so C is also incorrect. Option D, sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide. Both sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide are acidic in nature that will react with limestone. So option D is also incorrect. The only possible option, option A. So correct option, option A. Okay, now we have completed up to question number 30. The remaining part we will solve in the next session. Thank you very much.